today we're going to determine if a function has a max or min, then find that value and state the domain and the range of the function. In the process, we're going to go ahead and graph it. So first step, find if it has a max or min. It has a minimum if your coefficient of your square term is positive, then it's a maximum if your coefficient is negative. Since my coefficient is -1, it is indeed a maximum. So that means it's an upside down parabola. Okay, how do we find the value? Well, the x value of the vertex of any parabola, regardless if it's a max or min, is always using this formula, opposite of b over 2a. So we just established that a is -1, and b is the coefficient of the linear term, and that's 4. Opposite of 4 over 2 times -1. Opposite of 4, well, let's go ahead and work out the arithmetic here. So 2 times -1, see, we do everything in pencil. If we make mistakes, I want to fix something, replace it. So -4 divided by -2 is +2. To find the actual maximum, we have to plug it into the function, so f of 2, opposite of 2 squared plus 4 times 2 minus 1. 2 squared is 4, so the opposite is -4. 4 times 2 is 8, and then minus 1. -4 plus 8 is +4, and 4 minus 1 is 3. That is our max. Okay, so the highest this graph can go is 3. So let's go ahead and plot that. So our x value is 2, and y value is 3. This is our vertex. So 2, 3. Okay. To find the domain and range, I'd rather graph the whole thing so you can get a clear picture of how to determine the domain and range. So we're going to find a few other points. Remember that the parabola is symmetric about the vertex. I'm going to find a point to the left. The easiest point to the left is 0. 0 is a wonderful number. It makes the arithmetic so much easier. So opposite of 0 squared is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 1, -1. So that means it crosses the y-axis. Gosh, I forgot to label the x and y-axis. So that means, since this is 2 away from my vertex, I go 2 away on the other side for -1. Let's find one other point. This time we'll go to the right. F of 5. Opposite of 5 squared plus 4 times 5 minus 1. Opposite of 5 squared is -25. 4 times 5 is 20, and then minus 1. -25 plus 20 is -5, minus 1 is -6. So over here at 5, down to -6. Don't need to make my points quite so big. Yeah, I probably should. So that point is 1, 2, 3 away from the vertex to the right. So if I go 1, 2, 3 away to the left, at -1, -6, and then we're going to connect up through vertex, back down. So the domain, if I continued with this parabola, would go all the way to -infinity. So I'm going to use set notation first. So that means -infinity to +infinity is my domain. And for all right side up and upside down parabolas, that's what your domain is, unless there's a hole in there somewhere. Range? Well, this one's a little different. Okay, so my top point's 3, so y has to be less than or equal to 3. In interval notation, we use open brackets, -infinity, comma, +infinity. The open indicates we don't have an endpoint. Range? We have an endpoint on the right, and that goes up to 3. So that's a bracket, close, goes all the way down to -infinity, parenthesis, done. It's a maximum. My max is at 3, and there's my domain, and there's my range.